Hello everyone, welcome back to Komorebi, and we're going to do the second half of this fragment map because all these are locked, which means less content to do, which means more time to do our stuff. But yeah, we are just going to jump straight into it, and this will be the last part for this map. Then next we'll do the culmination fragment. And yeah. Oh, I just hit my desk. Alright.
Experience supplemental fragment. Last minute worries.
Yes. Last minute worries. What you got for us? Tuesday, December 31st.
Hey, what if Argus agents come to the party?
Then everyone's fucked.
They won't.
How are you so certain?
Well, we can turn away people at the door. After we scan them, it'll list their career.
But what that seems suspicious? What that seems suspicious?
You probably shouldn't let anyone with a low score in either.
Aside from me, I hope.
Aside from you.
Does it Dante have a low score?
Don't worry, I'll make sure there's a good crowd. I'm not about to do any reckless things here.
You mean any more reckless things?
Yeah, that.
How would we know if they're an agent, though? I mean, Isaac could edit my identity and make me anybody. Couldn't Argus easily do the same, especially if they wanted to spy on us?
And there goes all the fun I hope to have.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like that, I promise. This is my house, and I plan to keep it safe.
I trust him. Otherwise, you'll just be paranoid all night. We're supposed to let loose and ring in the new year.
Yeah, new year, new beginning.
I just hope it's a good beginning.
It'll be the best.
The best.
Yeah, only a matter of time until you're passed out on the floor.
Aw, at least carry me to the couch if that happens.
After drawing on your face, of course.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Hold on, let's back up for a second. We should still have a contingency plan, right?
Couldn't hurt.
You mean like the karaoke thing?
Yeah, exactly.
You are gonna sing for us tonight, right?
Yep, have the song picked out and everything.
Already?
Awesome. This time, I won't miss it.
You were talking about a plan, though?
Oh, right. I know you think we'll be safe, and I trust you. But I don't think we should let our guard down. That's just what they'd want.
What do you think we should do?
Well, we'll be spread out, so we should use the group chat. And because of that, we don't really need discretion. How about we just be up front? It's only the 6 of us in there anyway.
Works for me. Oh, and make sure nobody enters my workshop. I think we can all band together and keep this place safe.
Same goes for my room.
And mine.
And mine.
Yeah, personal spaces are a top priority. I'll make sure to be on the lookout.
Yeah, because aren't you the tallest one here?
This is actually kind of cool.
How so?
Almost feels like we're secret agents. Nobody knows what we're really up to here.
Let's do our best to keep it that way. You ready to start setting up?
Yeah, for sure. Time is running out. Especially if we want to fit all those midnights in.
You all down for mimosas? It'll make setup more fun at least.
Ah, mimosas. The magic word.
I don't know that.
Meet me in the kitchen?
Probably a drink or something. Race you there.
Oh, it's on.
Isaac just you just hear Isaac in the other room just booking it. Whole house explodes.
Experience pivotal fragment. Interrupted programming.
Uh-oh. Alright, let's go. First, pivotal fragment. There's no such thing as a miracle. Just hope and how we can choose, and how we just choose the will to. God damn it! It's like I can't even go back either. Whatever. We headed right to Isaac's work after our brief trip to the plane. It was kind of odd to say goodbye to that place. It was supposed to be our HQ. But I guess our homes are safer, even if they aren't anywhere near as cool. The store is big, so we can all spread out yet remain close together. Everyone's essentials are packed into a bag they're carrying with them. But it's inconspicuous. Messenger bags, laptop bags, Dante's laptop bag. It's weird how that's all Dante brought with him. But I guess everyone has a different take on the word essential. He could easily keep himself occupied for Isaac's shift, though. Good thing it was a short one today. Only around 4 hours. 4 hours? Jeez. Apparently his time off request was approved for the convention, too. I'd ask about New Year's Eve, but I assume he has it off by default.
Well, this is kind of boring. We have dead days here and there, but this is awful. At least we can just hang out and chat with each other.
Oh, because there's so much fun stuff to talk about right now.
Hey, we have the New Year's Eve party. It'll help get our mind off of everything.
Should we be getting our minds off things, though? I'd say that's almost like letting our guard down.
Dante's whispering.
Definitely a bad idea. Even at the party, I bet I'll be freaking out. Before you know it, we could all end up dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
With stretches like that, you should be teaching yoga. We're gonna be fine. Don't let this sabotage our fun.
Thanks. I'll do my best, Dante. And just so you know, I am pretty flexible.
There we go. Back to our regularly scheduled Taylor.
Back to our regular scheduled Taylor.
So, what exactly happens on New Year's Eve? I know about the whole 4 midnights thing, but what else?
Party till you're drunk.
You'll have to ask someone else. I can never remember.
Yeah, because we're probably always flat out drunk each time.
That actually says it all.
Okay.
Are we gonna play the Leave It Behind game?
I'm down.
What?
What's that?
Well,
what is
you
that?
get to do something you might regret. Confess something, like your feelings, or do something risky. If it ends up going well, then everything is fine. But if not, then you get to leave it behind when you enter the new year.
Sounds like you just want to escape consequences.
Bingo!
I think we're all getting pretty good at that. Speaking of which, we need to stock up on snacks.
Yeah, because probably Klace keeps eating all the food.
Want to go pick some up for us? The Connected Store has everything, and we can still keep an eye on you.
Sure, but we'll need to make a list.
I feel like letting loose at the party. I'll probably just eat everything in sight.
My God.
Wouldn't that be too many calories? Aren't you supposed to watch your diet?
No, it's fine. I'll overthink it off later.
Before the conversation continues, his phone rings.
Oh, sorry. I kinda have to get this one.
No worries. Not like we have much else to do.
He picks up his phone and then walks out of earshot. Suddenly, I think of what Kyron told me on the plane. I wonder who he's talking to and what he's telling them. The fact that he keeps glancing back at us isn't helping. Everyone seems to be taking important calls these days. First, my counselor, and now Klace. Interesting.
Anyway, where were we?
Before he can finish, all the TVs in the store go black in unison. Then, static appears, the sound almost assaulting our ears. Soon, the sound dies down, leaving just a view of static. We all look at each other, confused. I see Klace hang up his phone and walk back to the group.
What was that all about?
No idea. Some sort of interference? Hold on. I'll take a closer look.
Uh-oh. He goes to his computer and starts typing away. But almost a second later, the source of his interruption is clear. The static clears, and the silhouette of somebody appears. It's impossible to tell who they are. Any discerning characteristics are impossible to see. They start to speak, their voice clearly altered as everyone watches in awe.
Greetings, citizens of Toronto. I am the one known as Hermes.
Hermes?
Do not be alarmed. I've come to deliver a message to the Argus Corporation. For over a century now, they have taken advantage of Komorebi.
Holy shit!
In doing so, they have created a world that can't exist without them. Or, at the very least, an illusion of such a world. A mere facade.
God, like the headphones I'm wearing. Like it.
The very existence of Zeros proves that life without Argus is possible. But they detest this fact, seeking to expand and overtake the colonies.
It's just like the voice effect and my headphones make the audio just like reverb in my ears.
They do their best to keep Zeros from entering the city, but they also do their best to stop you from leaving, with harsh repercussions.
It's our first time actually like hearing Hermes.
They threaten to condemn your entire bloodline to a life without them. Like this society they maintain is some sort of blessing, or paradise. But Cypher believes in unity of the people. The freedom to come and go, to choose the life you live. The Zeros you see in the town square are simply the first to choose. They wish to live in harmony, and denounce this ostracism. But they get weaker and weaker, as Argus refuses to act. Initially, our demands had a generic time frame, instead of a deadline. We believed that this would be a test, to see if Argus valued the sanctity of life. No matter the time frame, the faster they acted, the more they cherished lives.
And they haven't done anything for like a week or so, so that doesn't look good.
So look to the town square. Those once hopeful, now desperate and starving. A testament to Argus's lack of care. The truth on full display.
I wish there was like a TV image.
It's clear that they wish to ignore our ultimatum. That is why we rescind it and exchange it with action. We no longer require anything from Argus. On Sunday, the 5th of January, a new era begins.
The 5th of January? That's 6 days away. No, 7 days. No. Yeah, 7 days.
We will provide all Zeros in the town square with access to this system. Our work is undetectable, and we invite Argus to put that to the test. This is also a call to action for anybody who supports our cause. We've seen the polls online, but it's time to take action in person. The Zeros might not make it to that deadline without food. Please, gather together and offer charity to those in need. And on the 5th, everyone gather in the town square. When our work is done, everybody will be holding phones. It will be impossible to tell who is a Zero and who is not. This is a sight that I think everybody, especially Argus, needs to see. And to the leader of Argus, please be there too. I request, no, implore that you attend. It is time for you to see that your rule is over. New citizens, new jobs, access to travel without hindrance. The only one who stands to lose is you and your monopoly. And so, I will leave you all with one final message. The world should be in the hands of those who are willing to change it every single day. Not those who've changed it once and refuse to let go of their possession.
Okay. The static returns for a moment, and then the TV's return to normal programming. Well then, that made things a lot more clear.
That was something.
And that was the achievement name. That was something.
Nice speech, I'll give them that. But right now, they're just a bunch of talk.
Are they, though?
He waves his phone at us. The feeling in the room is really weird. It's almost like everyone is in denial of what they just saw. A rebel organization hijacked all the TVs in Toronto. Until now, only Argus ever had the power to do that. Just like the anniversary report, they used it to push their own agenda. Everything feels different now, almost like a battlefield became active. If anything made Argus take action, this would be it. That could blow up in our faces, quite significantly.
Gotta say, kinda like what I heard. Everyone feeding my friends in the town square, then gathering together on the 5th to help trick Argus.
Trick?
Trick? What?
Well, when the dust settles, everyone there will have phones. They wouldn't know who to arrest. It's genius, actually.
Ah.
Only if people actually show up, though.
Yeah.
I guess we just need to have some faith.
We all shrug and everyone takes out their phones. Social media is sure to be a buzz of posts about what just happened. Maybe if this works out in Toronto, then other cities could follow suit. In their right hands, Hermes' blueprint could cause irrevocable change. It really did feel like we were approaching a new era.
Hey,
Taylor blushes and rubs the back of his head.
you still wanting me to go pick up those snacks?
I know that the whole report and the hijack just happened, but you want me to still go to those snacks?
Experience supplemental fragment. Retracing steps.
Retracing steps. Let's go. Monday, December 30th.
What did you think of Hermes' message? You've all been pretty quiet about it.
Not used to seeing people hijack the airwaves. Kinda gives their words more power.
Yeah, if you can do that, you can do anything. I'm surprised that Cypher slipped up with their initial plan.
It could have been intentional.
How so?
Well, Isaac needed their failure, right? That's how he was able to give that phone the Kyron. It stands to reason that Hermes could have done the same. A test run to see how things really needed to go.
It makes sense. And Kyron does seem to slip under the radar. You know, I'm starting to feel hopeful about all this.
Why is there an agent on our trail then?
Oh, now the hope is gone.
Allegedly on our trail, you mean? It hasn't happened again, has it, Delta?
It hasn't, but the Wayfarer incident could have been a slip-up.
No, it couldn't be. The back door and the apple. They wanted you to know that they were privy to our moves.
This doesn't make any sense. If they knew about the back door, they must have been there with us. Or, at the very least, watching us through security cameras.
Well, remember, we left because we were worried. Klace thought somebody was watching us.
Yeah, and they could have seen you leave through the back door. I knew my instinct was right. Something just seemed off about them.
That has to be it. They probably saw Dante leave his wallet, too.
They knew one of us would come back.
What was their goal then? Just to rub it in our faces?
It doesn't explain the apple, though.
Yeah, that was way before we did anything wrong. They would have had no reason to watch us back then.
Yeah, that was in, like, the first fragment map. That was like one of the first pivotal fragments.
Unless...
I don't like where this is going.
I think I've figured it out.
What?
They could have seen us sneaking out of the Wayfarer. After that, they would have looked into our identities. They would have seen the incident where Dante dropped the booze. It'd check out, though, since I already had Kyron in the system. But if they went back a step further...
Yeah, we're totally dead.
Oh, wait, step further. I forgot.
They would have seen the apple incident. And back then, he was clearly a 0.
Oh.
Bingo.
Okay, thank you for...
Great!
Tell-
So it's a fruit that does us in.
Yeah, one single apple.
The forbidden fruit. Kind of poetic, isn't it?
I get you're a writer. I get it.
There's just one thing that's missing. Why haven't they cracked down on you yet?
You mean us yet?
Sure.
It's a good question. But if Argus is good at one thing...
It's watching.
Honestly, that's even scarier. Makes you wonder what their goal is.
They probably think we're involved with Cypher. Especially if we're the first to integrate a 0.
I'm gonna try and remain optimistic here. What if they just want to see how this all plays out? You know, if a 0 can successfully live in the city.
That is a possible theory.
You know, if that's the case, we're putting on a pretty good show.
I guess we won't know until the 5th of January.
Yep.
So, we just live in anxiety until then?
What else is new?
Who else knew? What else is new, Taylor? Dope. Oh shit. Wait.
View which journal entry?
The journal entry for this one, I completely forgot about it. Okay. Monday, December 30th, 2041. I did something I shouldn't have. 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 What does this mean? Delta, what did you do? What did you do? What happened? What does this mean? What happened? What did you do? Okay, that's another,
Experience supplemental fragment. Midnights.
That's another moment of, terror. Just Delta. Ryan, repeat. I did something I shouldn't have. The Shining. Still the same date.
Hey, I have a request.
What's the request?
Denied.
Okay.
What? Not fair.
Alright guys, that's the end of it.
Fine, go ahead.
I just wanted to spend a midnight with Delta. Are you okay with me claiming one of the 4?
Whoa, you're being Isaac being forward?
We're kind of dating now, so I think it's a pretty reasonable request.
Aren't we all dating?
Fine, that's fair. But I get one too. We kinda have a thing together.
I actually want to request a midnight with Delta too.
Right.
At the Triple R, I kind of asked them out on a date.
Yeah.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave. You're quite the heartthrob, Delta. I hope it's not awkward if I ask for one too.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna make this a whole lot easier on you. I don't need a midnight. I can mingle whenever.
Alright, thank god.
So if I'm not mistaken, that leaves one for each of you.
Really? You don't want a special moment with Delta?
Trust me, I can make any moment special. I don't need the safety net of a midnight.
It's not a safety net, though. Midnight is genuinely special. It only happens once a year.
I guess we don't make a big deal out of it on the colonies. It's nice to ring in another year, but they all kind of blur together. I can see the allure when you live in a city like this, though. And I heard about something called, resolutions?
You don't have those out there?
There's not much to aspire to. But in the city, I bet I could come up with one. Do any of you have a resolution?
I haven't thought about it, to be honest.
I don't really think about it either.
Ooh, I have a fun idea.
And that is...
It's a concept you come up with in your head.
very funny. You know what I meant.
Oh, I just got it.
Sorry. Couldn't pass up the opportunity. But I was going to say, everybody come up with a resolution. We'll meet during the party and share them all together.
That's a great idea. I'm in.
Yeah, then we can all hold each other accountable.
Oh, accountability, my worst enemy.
I'm sure we can beat it if we work together. Let's go with the flow and gather up when we're all free.
Oh? Planning to be a social butterfly?
You know it. I don't get to have people over too often. Gotta take the time to savor every opportunity.
You're just making your life sound lonely.
You're the expert, so I'll take your word for it.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
what a sick burn. Get burned, Dante. Alright, so now I don't really... it's a good thing I don't have to think up of like who to pick from. It's just, alright. There's just the four. Kyron said he can make any moment special. So I'll take his word for it.
Experience pivotal fragment. Overstepping.
Overstepping, here we go. Bro, I wonder what the happens in the last fragment, man. It's better to be hurt by the truth than seek comfort in a lie. Same date, it's just nighttime. Against my better judgment, I sneak into Klace's room. The rest of the group is in the living room playing some party stuff, some clear. There was just too much that didn't add up. I deserved, no, needed an explanation. Oh, that's what he meant by I did something I shouldn't have, maybe. He snuck in. His diary rests on the desk. This is one of the few times he doesn't have it with him. Like last time, I noticed a ton of bottles, both of booze and pills, lining the desk. Aside from that, the rest of the room is immaculate. Clean as clean can be. I decided to run through my thought process once more to make sure it's sound. Currently, my suspicion is that Klace is spying on us, but I'm not sure for whom. Cypher, Argus, either way, chronicling our actions could bring us all down. It wasn't just that, though. It was the timing of everything, too. He came to Toronto almost right when the Zeros did. So is he like a Zero spy? Actually? Every time we bring up the subject, he constantly takes notes. There's a few other things, too. Kyron overheard him talking to someone on the phone. He was claiming that we don't know something. Clearly a secret. When we were at work with Isaac, he took a phone call as well. A phone call that ended right before Hermes came on TV. He's openly admitted to having a burner account, too. A second identity, offering him the ability to do stuff under another name. He seemed concerned about his identity at the Wayfair as well. I remember Isaac looking into that incident report where Dante dropped the booze. Klace immediately needed to know which of his accounts he was flagged as. He seemed relieved at the answer, which implies a lot. Every chance he's gotten, he's made sure to request that we give him privacy. He even went as far as giving himself a nickname in our group chat. Was the whole Lost and Clueless thing just an act, then? He definitely seems good at acting, especially when he blew a kiss to the crowd at the nightclub. Have we all been falling for it like fools? As I approach the diary, I wonder what he's truly up to. I look down at it and consider everything that's happened thus far. Everything suspicious, but everything good as well. New friends, new start, new life. Trust. Hope. Now, fear. Do I give in to this fear, or cling to that trust and hope? I feel as if this is a culmination of all my actions so far. Every choice, every moment I spent with the group. Do I read his diary? I don't even get an option. Okay. No, I'd never do that to Klace. But I never do that to Klace. I'd do that to Klace. Okay, I don't have a choice. I have to do it. I pick it up, and my hand trembles as I open it to a random page. I don't really know what I'm seeing at first. It's a bunch of sketches. Turning the page, I see a familiar drawing. That stick family standing near a car. A father, mother, and 2 kids. This is what I saw in his diary at the Triple R. They look so happy together, but now their names are erased. That's peculiar. As I turn the pages, the stick figures disappear one by one. Then, it's just Klace. He's standing there all by himself. He's crying. On the next page, though, someone new is standing beside him. I have no idea who could they be, but they have long hair. On the next page, they're close to Klace, but he's no longer crying. Instead, massive X's are scrawled across where his eyes should be. My heart starts to race as I flip to the next page. Klace is gone. It's just a figure with the longer hair. They're surrounded by a bunch of question marks. Klace doesn't even know who they are yet? On the next page, they're gone. There's a bunch of sketches of Klace's scarf. They're all tied in different ways, like he's practicing styles. I turn the pages, but that's all I see for a while. Just a scarf. A few more pages, and I see his scarf drawn the way he's currently wearing it. But on the page beside that, I see a rope drawn the same way. Seeing them side by side makes me realize that they both look like a noose. I feel sick to my stomach, but can't stop myself from continuing. The next several pages are just drawings of Klace. On the left page is a drawing of Klace in his scarf with a big smile. And on the right is a rope around his neck, and his eyes are X's once more. A few more pages and his scarf is gone. All I see are drawings of a dead Klace over and over. That rope is around his neck in every single sketch. I immediately lock up in fright. I shut the diary and put it back down. However, there's one thing I didn't notice. A card must have fallen out of his diary while I read it. It rests face down, completely blank. It's obviously a business card. My hands shake as I pick it up and turn around. There's a big Argus logo in the corner. But that's not the part I find the most shocking. The words at the top of the card are clear. Vision Protection Program. I panic and immediately open the journal again. I had no idea what page it fell out of. He'd definitely be able to tell that I did this to him. Everyone else was in the living room. It had to be me. My eyes start to water and I feel ill. I estimate what page the card could have fell out of and put it back inside. Then look at all the bottles and pills of booze, given new meaning. I thought I would have uncovered something big. I thought I would have helped my friends. But all I did was make a mistake that I regret for the rest of my life. I flee the room, run into the closet bathroom as I feel the urge to vomit. All I can feel is a sense of worthlessness and regret. Worthlessness and regret. Okay. Yeah. Okay, moral of that fragment is, don't snoop in other people's diaries, but also on a serious note,
View which journal entry?
Yeah. aka the Quantum Leap, Tuesday, December 31st, 2041. I didn't want to do it. Why did I do it? I feel like the worst person in the world. It's like I wasn't even in control of my own body, like someone else was moving for me and making choices. I thought I had left this kind of stuff back at home. This stress, this baggage. Perhaps it would be easier if I could talk to my counselor about it, but I can't. Right now, it seems like the safety of our group and our actions need to come before my own mental health. It's not fair. The Quantum Leap is today. I'm going to be spending 4 different midnights with 4 different friends. Klace, Dante, Isaac, and Taylor. Kyron didn't seem interested and said we could just hang out earlier in the party. But I'm so worried about spending time alone with Klace, especially after what I did, and especially with what I know about him now. I hate everything. This feeling of losing control, like I'm watching someone else's life instead of my own. I know what these are symptoms of, and it's not good. I just can't shake the paranoia. But is it really paranoia if I know I'm being watched? Or is it a fright that's justified? It's not just sometimes though. I feel like I'm being watched every single second, on a level that I can't quite describe. I don't know how it's possible, and this will probably come across as delusional, but I have one question. Are you reading this right now? Oh boy, he's onto us! They're onto us. Okay. I hate everything. Okay, oof,
Experience supplemental fragment. Party time.
by the way, this is, fragment map 3 out of 4. What's the 4th one gonna be like? Oh boy.
Everybody ready to party?
Born ready.
No.
Just having my pre-evening caffeine?
How on earth are you gonna fall asleep tonight?
Not planning on it.
Oh, Dante's in party mode?
For once, I'm really feeling it. But I've always loved the vibe of New Year's Eve.
Why is that?
Hey, Klace.
You know, a fresh start. A chance to leave our mistakes behind.
I can see the appeal in that. But it's just another day, you know?
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like one. It's really hard to put into words.
Putting things into words is your entire career.
Yeah, but it's the indescribable that compels me. The things that are hard to put into words.
Like how waking up on a Monday feels?
Exactly. One of the worst feelings ever.
I can agree with that one.
So, picture the opposite of waking up on a Monday.
Like waking up on your own without an alarm.
Yeah, perfect example. Go ahead and multiply that by like, 1,000,000. That's how New Year's Eve feels to me.
1,000,000?
Sounds like the best day ever.
And I'm not even exaggerating. Some of my best memories come from New Year's.
Even the massive hangover you're bound to have?
It's just part of the experience. But if it's really bad, we can just always have a shot or two.
So you do believe my hangover remedy?
Not really, but tomorrow is the day I'd give it a shot. Always gotta start the new year with a new experience.
Starting the new year with booze.
A shot to ease a hangover?
Isn't that stupid?
No, it actually works.
How?
Oh, you ease a lot of hangovers?
Yeah, he might have, maybe,
Yeah, it happens more than you'd think. Of course, the best option is just no booze at all.
Yeah.
And like always, the best option is the hardest one. There's no way I'm gonna hold back on New Year's Eve.
You know, we've been drinking an awful lot since Delta arrived.
Yeah. That's definitely not, worrying of our mental stability.
Gotta live it up while it still feels new and fresh. But, aside from the convention, I'm cutting back in the new year.
Oh, planning to party at the convention too?
Absolutely. Plenty of streamer friends are going. It's hard to make plans with them unless it's a big event like this.
Wait, you go to events of your streamer friends? What?
Makes sense. It's the one time your schedules are unified. Bet you'll get to do all sorts of collabs.
Or, yeah, streamer... Yeah. Time meant like chat members. If you're going to events like chat members, it's all a bunch of strangers, so I don't think it's a good idea. But if it's like a bunch of like other streamer friends, then yeah, you're good.
Yeah, but not as big as the one I did with Klace. Kinda feels like I'll be chasing that high for a while.
It's good to have a goal that feels impossible. Sometimes that's the only way you can actually pull it off. It's the belief that you can achieve it that ends up being important.
If that were true, your writing would be a lot better.
Fighting on New Year's Eve. You know what? I'm down for a brawl. Been looking for an excuse to put you in your place.
You're shorter than him. By a small margin, but you're still shorter than him.
Now there's a good stream idea. Settle our feud the old-fashioned way.
You want your viewers to see you lose?
He already does that in video games. It wouldn't be a big change.
Why is everyone ganging up on me? I made us pre-game mimosas and everything.
Hey, did you all take a look outside?
What's outside?
What's up?
It looks like there's a lineup.
For our house?
Isaac, how many people did you invite?
The right amount. You ready to get things started?
No, but how many people did you invite?
It's time already?
Sure is.
I'm totally ready. You good with an audience, Taylor?
He's a streamer.
Can I, place a bet on this fight?
Stop betting.
No.
There, thank
No
you.
fighting at my party.
But it would be such easy money.
Yeah, but no.
Wait, who would you bet on?
Kinda figured that one was obvious.
Dante wins. God damn, dude. Okay,
Experience pivotal fragment. One small step.
well,
Experience heart-to-heart fragment. Kyron 2.
yeah, we'll do Kyron and then one small step. God. Really picked a good time to split the maps in half. Oh, this is like 29th. We took Kyron to the plane to pick up the rest of his belongings. Since we were sticking together now, we wouldn't be using the plane anymore. Pretty short-lived for an HQ, but our homes were clearly safer. It's weird how the safest option was the riskiest one just a while ago. I never would have thought that we'd be bringing Kyron right into our house. Taylor's house either. Not only that, but the quantum leap too. However, one thing surprises me more than all the others. Kyron wanted me to come into the plane with him, alone. Everyone else was waiting outside, granting his request. I'm not sure what he wanted, but I'm just standing there watching. He's putting some stuff into a bag, just the basics, like toiletries. There's a pile of clothes on the floor. He has other outfits. As soon as he's done packing up, he turns to face me.
I think that's almost everything. Didn't realize I'd be moving in with Isaac and Taylor. Whichever house we're at, though, I'll just take the couch.
It'll be a lot better than his plane for sure.
It was fun at first, but the novelty sure wore off. Especially when we realized they could spy on us from here. I still doubt they were, but I'm sure Argus has eyes everywhere.
He shrugs before quickly changing the topic.
Anyway, I guess you're wondering why I asked you here. Do you think they can hear us from out there?
I shake my head. They definitely can't.
Good. I just wanted to spend some time alone with you. Yeah, I think you're the only level-headed one in the group.
Oh, but if you look in my my journal entries, if you look right here on journal entry 5, I wonder why you think that.
Remember, Delta, you gave me that apple. Your friends were mumbling like idiots about how to deal with me. If you're the one who opened their eyes, then you have my thanks.
Oh yeah, they were just being idiots.
It makes me wonder what everyone else out there is thinking. I mean, public opinion is currently against Argus, right? Why is barely anyone else helping out? My colony is out there starving on your streets. If everyone banded together, they could easily overthrow Argus. I guess everyone is just scared to be the first to take action.
Yeah, and also it's not my streets. I
At
don't
that point,
own
it
the
might not
city.
even matter anymore. The actions of one person ripple and cascade. The first doesn't matter
That was-
if an avalanche follows.
That is a quote from another pillow fragment. I remember that. The actions of one person ripple and cascade. I remembered that. Just only that. He's right. I guess technically I was the first. My actions could have led to Isaac's actions. If Cypher saw that their blueprint worked, then they might spring into action. It's a little odd to think that I might be the inciting incident of all this change. I vocalized that thought, and Kyron scoffs, like he thinks I'm stupid.
Nobody saw you give me that apple, though. If it happened out in the open, maybe others would have followed suit. I think that's all it'd take. One grand gesture to push others forward.
Isn't that what Cypher plans to do next week?
If it's not too late by then, yeah. Even if 1-0 dies, that's too much. And they're getting close. Have you taken a look? Especially the children. When we first arrived, they were filled with wonder. Now they look so weak and famished. It kills me. But they must be getting food from somewhere, though. It's been a couple of weeks since we came to the city. Everyone who helps must be helping in secret. But it's clearly not enough, and the adults clearly prioritize the children. That just means the caregivers might be the first to die.
I don't think it'll come to that.
Hermes needs to say something then. An ultimatum, but such a vague deadline? Maybe that's why Argus is taking their time.
It's true, Hermes mentioned next week. A specific deadline might make things more urgent. But Argus must be planning something behind the scenes.
What if they just don't care? If they could wait for Cypher to act, then take everyone down.
Cypher's mods seem to be undetectable.
That's too convenient. Too easy.
Cypher isn't the first organization to try, but they might succeed.
You mean people have tried this before?
I tell him what Klace told me, but ask him not to repeat it. Previous rebel groups seem to disappear without a trace.
Really?
I nod.
Then you think Cypher would be gone by now. That's a good sign. Thanks for telling me, Delta.
It's true, based on the past, Cypher would have been gone by now. But they still seem to be active and doing more than any other group in the past. The fact that Isaac used their technology is proof enough of all that.
Then let's just hope this stalemate ends soon. I can't stand just not knowing what's gonna happen. Things are so hectic compared to life back home.
If things go well, this might end up being home for him.
Fingers crossed, I guess. I knew you'd talk some sense into me, Delta. You're the best one of the bunch. I know it.
Yeah. He holds out his hand, offering to shake mine. I shake his, but all of a sudden he pulls me forward. My body is close to his, and we're almost face to face.
But I know you feel the same way. About sharing that bed? Let's see what happens on New Year's Eve.
Okay, whoa. I can feel his hot breath laying on me as he speaks. Danny lets go, and I stumble back a couple steps.
I guess that's it then.
I nod, and he grabs his packed up bag. We begin to walk toward the exit, but he stops in his tracks.
Oh,
He turns around and faces me, like he's nervous.
I wanted to apologize for pointing fingers. Everything going on just made me a little paranoid.
Him and me both. I tell him that's fine.
Well, it's not like I was paranoid over nothing. I heard something, and I'm just not sure if I should repeat it.
Well, now you kind of have to.
Is that how it works?
That's how that works, yeah.
Well, it's Klace. I heard him on the phone. He was saying stuff about how it's all going well.
He was probably just talking about his hiatus.
Yeah, well, I thought so too, but then he said, no, they don't know. Like he's keeping some sort of secret.
That is quite concerning. But I'm sure there's some context we're lacking.
Maybe. Sure didn't help my anxiety. But I guess that's it. We're good to go.
We start to leave the plane, but that thought lingers in my mind. It's all going well. No, they don't know. Normally, I wouldn't worry, but it seems really odd. Especially combined with how he's always staring at us, taking notes. He says it's just his diary, but part of me is starting to question things. Could he be hiding something? I shrug, realizing it's not good to doubt my friends. But this time when I shrug, the paranoia remains. If an avalanche follows. Yeah, that was before the whole Klace. Alright. Final. Finale.
Experience pivotal fragment. One small step.
One small step for Delta. Delta is here to save the day. Your life is not the expectations of others. Monday, December 30th. We walk down the streets as a group, heading toward the town square. The message that Hermes sent was clear, but were people listening? It had to make a difference. There was so much on the line. If people banded together, they could defeat the Zeros until Hermes took action. But if anything would stop them, it'd be the fear of repercussions from Argus. By extension, would Argus be responsible if anything went wrong here?
You know, I've been here for a couple weeks now, but this town square never fails to amaze me.
Was it what you expected?
Yes, but also no.
Didn't you say it was depressing?
Yeah, but now I'm one of you, so I guess the figurative grass is greener.
Weird how your perspective can change so fast, isn't it?
Not as weird as letting a phone define your social status. I mean, this is the only thing that separates you from the Zeros?
Yeah, that's that's a weird thing. Just like, I have a phone. I have no phone. I have a Nokia. He lifts up his phone and looks at it in confusion.
I didn't really know what to expect when I came to the city. But our differences are such a fine line, they might as well not exist.
I think that's what Hermes is playing at.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's weird how I realized it almost immediately. Argus has been in power for almost 100 years, right? You think someone would have stepped up by now?
Well, it's hard to think outside the box when you're stuck in it. You were born outside of it, though. Changes the way you think.
Maybe that's why they kept us outside. Our presence is already changing public opinion.
Makes sense to me, actually. There's nothing more dangerous than an open mind, especially when you're used to filling them with your own narrative.
You mean all of our thoughts could be placed there by Argus?
In a way, yeah, but that'd be more like propaganda.
That's what you called the anniversary report, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was joking.
Are you sure about that? Look how much your mind has changed after seeing another perspective. Dante of a few weeks ago would have never played along with this.
I hate that you're right.
My mods at home don't seem that bad now, do they?
Are you really using this as an opportunity to clear yourself?
Hey, I gotta take what I can get.
A few moments later, we round the corner and see the town square. Suffice it to say, the sight we're greeted to is less than inspiring. The gathering of Zeros is still there, but it all looks the same. For some reason, I expected a sight of unity. I expected to see defiant souls feeding the Zeros. Defiant, but also hopeful in their rebellion. Instead, I see a couple of bowls of fruit scattered near the Zeros. Barely anybody helped, and they must have fled as soon as they did. It looks like the children were given priority, as they're all eating apples. But they all look so weak, the support wasn't enough for everybody.
Well, that kinda sucks.
Yeah, that's not what I expected.
I thought Hermes would inspire everybody, especially with public opinion the way it is.
Yeah, but online polls can only be so reliable. A lot of people are all talk with no action.
I bet they're all waiting until the 5th.
Yeah, that's reasonable. A small trickle is a lot easier to take care of. It'd be way easier if everybody showed up at once.
They all look so sick, though. Why is Hermes making them wait?
Probably to make Argus look bad. They have the power to stop this right now, but every second they don't, well, you get the idea.
Do you think we should help?
Way too risky, especially if they're watching us. Every move we make has to be extremely calculated.
In what way is a huge New Year's Eve party extremely calculated?
Big squad.
It's easier to blend into a big crowd.
Yeah.
I think that's why Hermes set a specific date and time, too. There's going to be so many people here on the 5th.
If they show up.
Watching or helping?
Who knows?
You know, I came here for an inspiring sight, but now I'm just depressed. What should we do?
Waiting is all we really can do. Are there any zeros you want to go see?
I couldn't do it.
Why not?
I feel like I've betrayed them in a way. I have what they want, but I can't share it. Until we're all equal, I don't think I can look them in the eye. It'd just be a constant reminder of how helpless we both are.
I suppose so.
Don't worry, this'll all be over soon. Then we can throw a big party, all right?
I'm totally down for that. Introductions are in order, Kyron. Those are your people, your friends. I'd like to meet them.
Sounds like a plan.
I've been meaning to ask, how'd you all get into the city anyway?
It was Hermes. I don't know much about the specifics, though. They helped the leader of my colony cheat the system somehow. Made it so that we could all just walk in without setting off alarms.
It's that easy?
The worst security system ever created.
Doesn't sound like it was easy. Security around the city walls is top-notch. Far greater than the Triple R or the Wayfarer.
Yeah, but if one person can just easily just let by a group, yeah.
It actually feels like Hermes might be able to pull this off. Did you meet them, Kyron? What were they like?
No, I actually never met them. I don't know if the colony leader did either. They always operated from the shadows. Kind of like how they spoke to us in Isaac's store. They kept their identity shrouded in mystery. But I think it's better that way, actually. A shadow can be a lot more threatening than a face. If I were Argus, I'd be shaking in my boots right now.
Maybe they are.
I sure hope so. Hey, you want to grab a bite?
We all nod and start to walk toward the Triple R. There'll be plenty of time to get a meal in before we head back home. I feel bad eating a huge meal while the zeros are starving out here. I remember Taylor saying something similar in our group chat a while ago. There's only one thing I can really do. Just hope that this all ends in their favor. As we walk past him, however, something catches my eye. It's that child carrying the doll with him. The one I saw before I got to the Wayfarer. The skipping seems a lot less gleeful this time around. There's a smile on their face, but not as wide as last time. In their hand is an apple, with a few bites taken out of it. They notice me watching, our eyes soon lock. They give me a quick smile before they get back to what they were doing. Before long, they stop skipping and walk over to a pair of adults. They embrace each other. They're clearly the parents. I can't believe how emaciated they look. Makes my heart sink. Lived on whatever scraps you can find for weeks now. I never wished down on anybody. Yet still, the child smiles, almost unable to comprehend the situation. I remember being like that, not being able to see the world for what it is. I wonder what it was. The thing that made us lose a childlike sense of wonder. As we round the corner, I simply hope that this child never has to find out. But in a world so unforgiving, I fear it was only a matter of time. Oh boy. That's it, right? Yeah, this looks good. No new journal entries, no new nothing. Alright, so that'll be all. That is all. It's just a culmination fragment. So Isaac's New Year's Eve party coming in the next part. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more. Subscribe, like if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. We are going to a party. Yay! See ya.